Hello everyone, I'm Duke James. This is Hungary 3.0. I'm going to go ahead and build a amenities rank 3 in Boxka. This province has 40,000 residents. The soft cap is 30,000, so building this to level 3 will reduce the death rate, which should increase the natural change of residents, and it'll bump the cap up from 30,000 to 80,000. It's going to cost 761 ducats, so it's going to be a lot, but it's worth it. So let's go ahead and get that going in that province. And I think I'm going to try to take this fort up here. They don't have many forts left. That one over here, their vassal has a fort in Kursk, not including the Moscow provinces. So we'll go ahead and grab that. Oh, it's gonna fall quick. "61 days. I'm gonna get these guys off of me. Then go siege stuff down. I'll fight these guys. Actually, that's probably not a good idea, because if they move their troops... But they're absolutely going to reinforce these guys. They have a 5-1. We have a 4-2. Now let's do it. It's our territory. Let's go ahead and take Kursk. Alright, apparently we're making 13.5 ducats now. Okay, this is why. Let's go ahead and provide temporary tax relief and grain. That gets us to 1, which means we can revoke or do a reform. I don't think I want to do a reform right now, actually. The bureaucrats have 8 influence. If the metropolitans get a little bit more, then I could do one of these 2 reforms. I think I'd rather do a bureaucratic reform, though, because there's a lot of bureaucratic reforms left. I could promote them, but that's not going to get up to 30. I think most of these require 30. 30, 30, 30, and 50 average power, and 30. Yeah, they all require 30. I'm going to just expand the bureaucracy. The sack of Venice. Control Venixia? Is it war with Venice? Really? Never seen that before. All you have to do this mission is occupy Venice. I don't have a navy though, so I can't get to Venice, so it's just 10 prestige. Doesn't go anywhere. That should be a really quick siege as well. These forts fall fast. It's mostly because of our siege ability, 40%. Plus the spy network, war exhaustion, Alright, I'm gonna take Kremenets as well. Might as well just grab all these provinces for loot. If they fall this fast. 19 days. These are what, 2-day siege ticks? Really fast. And that's not even my siege general, that's my ruler. Alright, if I take more, Lithuania would join. I'm actually fine with that. Let's continue to press. If it's just Poland and Lithuania. This is woods. They're gonna push everybody into that province. Oh yeah, it's really quick. All of the provinces. 16-day siege. Just gonna loot all of these provinces. "13-day siege. "13-day siege would have been faster, but I had a status quo. I'm just gonna grab all these provinces. They can take that back. I'll just grab it. Actually, you know what? If they don't grab it, I'll take it. Or I'll fight them. Alright, fuck it. Oof. Okay. Yeah, we took a beating there. I didn't want to do that, but I did. Looks like I had the right choice not to do that. That was also Minsk. I thought for some reason that was their capital. It's alright. This was a 3-day siege. I don't think I've ever seen a 3-day siege before. A 3-day siege. I think that's 1 siege tick. Unless it's a 1-day... Because if the siege tick was 2 days, that would be 1 siege tick. So it must have been 1-day siege ticks, three 1-day siege ticks. Alright, how about they give me this province too? It's a little bit, it's a little bit more than I want to deal with. I also don't want to have, like, a stretch of territory going up here and a stretch of territory going up here if they're not going to meet each other. I'll have them return Kursk to Kiev as well. They won't return that. Cancel subjects. Release them as a sovereign state. Don't care. I don't really care about that. They'll lose that province eventually. They can keep their alliance with Latium, that's fine. They actually moved 15,000 troops in my territory, but that's shouldn't really matter. Plus 36, 24 ducats. Alright, so they lose all this territory up here to the Teutonic Order. They lose this territory to Muscovy. They lose this territory to Kiev, plus the White Horde, some of those provinces, and then lose these territories to me. They pay war reps and a little bit of ducats. And I can recover my manpower. They just lost probably half of their country right there. In terms of size, at least. It's probably worse than the first partition of Poland. It's the first partition of Lithuania. So they cede all of this stuff. We gain 33 prestige. Now we have to rebuild our army. We gain 329 each month. Got a lot of money from that. Let's go ahead and get a claim on that province. Go ahead and build a spy network on Moldavia so I can eat them. I'll release Croatia after I build a spy network on them, so I'm going to build a spy network on Moldavia first. We looted 3,813 ducats, 953 went to us. We lost, I think that was... No, Bratslav was in the other episode, so we lost the other war with Poland. We lost some people, we lost some province somewhere. Go ahead and build a fort. Those forts touch. So unfortunately, if you have a level 1 fort and you want to build a level 2 fort, you're going to have to pay 200 ducats. You don't pay the difference. So if I build forts, I might as well just build level 2 forts, because if I upgrade them in the future, it's going to cost 300 ducats instead of 200 ducats. This province has a fort, this province has a fort. Build a fort here, delete this one, build a fort here, build a fort here. I should build a fort here as well. Build a fort somewhere up here as well after that gets cored. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll build a fort there. Build a fort there, build a fort here. I'll delete that fort once those forts are done. Core that province. Whoops. Core those provinces. I'm going to go ahead and support the church and then lavishly endow them. That'll get them to 98%. And then let's actually do one of these reforms against the church. They're at 98%, so these will reduce their loyalty by a lot. But think it's worthwhile. Encourage church contribution, which would increase their tax income, or secularize church hierarchy, which would reduce their gravity and autonomy. That would also hurt base spirituality by a lot, so I think I'll go ahead and do this. That actually does the same thing as base spirituality. Alright, let's actually just secularize church hierarchy. Everybody's indifferent. The clergy really hate that. -5 spirituality, -60 relations between the spiritualists and the state. It's gonna hurt for a while actually because they're knocked down to 38%. I'm gonna do this. Employ a church statesman. So plus 20 loyalty. There's a little bit of power gain. The thing is, this gives 0.25% power for 5 years and 20 loyalty. There is a leverage that you can do that costs 25 loyalty, and they lose 0.5% power for 10 years. So over the life of that, they lose 5% power. Over the life of the other thing, they gain 2.5 power. No, even less. They gain like 1.5% power. So if you wanted to weaken them, you could just do an advisor and then promote secularization. The other thing is the promoting the advisor says that other factions won't take lightly to that, but yeah, that actually kills their opinion of you because the aristocrats now hate us. So that is probably not a great thing to do, actually. I'm going to go ahead and disown an unpopular relative. And yield concessions to ancient liberties to get the aristocrats back to not absolutely hating us. -19. Metropolitans like us. Probably going to start running a deficit now because of those opinion changes. Alright, I'm going to end this part here. Go ahead and get my manpower back. Let my troops replenish. And go from there. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.